In the realm of ancient texts and sacred scriptures, few tales are as captivating and mysterious as the banishment of the Ethiopian Bible. This ancient manuscript, steeped in history and tradition, has long intrigued scholars and believers alike. But why, one might wonder, was such a revered book subjected to censorship and suppression? To unravel this mystery, we must embark on a journey back through the annals of time to the ancient land of Ethiopia, where the story of the Ethiopian Bible unfolds amidst a tapestry of faith, culture, and intrigue. Stay glued because we are about to go deep into history. And before we go further, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We provide insights on scripture-related matters and Christian backgrounds. You don't want to miss any of it. With that off the hook, let's proceed. Our journey begins in the cradle of civilization itself, amidst the rugged landscapes and fertile valleys of ancient Abyssinia, modern-day Ethiopia. It is here that one of the world's oldest Christian communities flourished, nurtured by a deep reverence for God. At the heart of this vibrant faith lay the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, a beacon of spiritual guidance and cultural identity for the Ethiopian people. Central to the Ethiopian Orthodox tradition is a unique canon of scripture, which includes several books not found in the traditional Western Bible. Among these is the Book of Enoch, a fascinating text that recounts the exploits of the biblical patriarch and offers tantalizing glimpses into the celestial realms. Other notable works include the books of Jubilees, Maccabees, and the Ethiopian version of the Book of Revelation. Ethiopia has some of the oldest scrolls of Israel. Unlike the King James Bible, which contains 66 books, the Ethiopic Bible comprises a total of 88 books and includes some writings that were rejected or lost by other churches. Certain Ethiopian tribes have worshipped the God of Israel for over 3,500 years, but this does not mean all Ethiopians worship the God of Israel. A great many Ethiopian Hamite populations are split into Orthodox, Muslim, Protestant, and so on in worship. But Christianity was introduced to Ethiopia in the 4th century, and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, called Tewahedo in Ethiopia, is one of the oldest organized Christian bodies in the world. You can say one thing for sure: Ethiopia is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, being first settled by Ham's sons after the flood of Noah. They also had all the scrolls of the Old Testament and New Testament, plus scrolls never seen before in the Gentile Christian Bibles, and they had them long before the introduction of Christianity came to their culture in the 4th century. Many say some tribes in Ethiopia have been worshiping the God of Israel for thousands of years, not to mention that some of the true descendants of the lost tribes of Israel are still living in Africa and Ethiopia. By now you should be asking yourself a question, which is, how did the Ethiopians know about the God of Israel? Are there any ties that bound Israel to Ethiopia in history? Well, there have been about 3 times in history that Ethiopians have met the God of Israel. The first one is from history, and it's quite an interesting story. I would have asked if you wanted to hear it, but that's why you're here, so here it goes. A short tale. According to the primeval history, the history of Ethiopia traces back to the biblical story of Noah's descendants. Specifically, it's believed that Noah's son, Ham, had a son named Cush, who later had a son named Nimrod. Nimrod's kingdom is often associated with the region that encompasses Ethiopia and Sudan. Descendants of Cush settled the area that is now Ethiopia and Sudan soon after the flood. The Damat Empire was established in the 10th century BC by Menelik I, reputedly the son of Solomon and Makeda, Queen of Sheba. According to the Kebre Negist, the Glory of the Kings, which was compiled in the 14th AD, this leads us to the second time, the visit of the Queen of Sheba to Solomon. According to the Kebre Negist, Queen Makeda made a pilgrimage to Israel to learn statecraft from Solomon, who seduced her. Makeda conceived and went home to give birth to her son. As a boy, Menelik visited his father in Jerusalem, where Solomon anointed him as king of Ethiopia. As retribution for the humiliation of his mother, Menelik stole the Ark of the Covenant and levitated it across the Red Sea to Ethiopia, where it purportedly remains to this day. Although the Bible does not record this and we are only familiar with the visit of the Queen to King Solomon, it's a persistent national myth. Until Emperor Haile Selassie was overthrown in 1974, Ethiopian leaders claimed to be sons of Solomon, lions descended from the Lion of Judah. The nearest story to date expresses that Ethiopia was the go-to nation for many of the persecuted Christians around the 4th to 6th century. Many Christians were migrating to Ethiopia because it was a Christian nation. Now, back to the matter of the Ethiopian Bible, I will provide the last evidence of the possession of these old scrolls by the Ethiopians. Acts chapter 8 verses 26 to 28. Now an angel of the Lord spoke to Philip, saying, Arise and go toward the south along the road which goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza. This is a desert. Verse 27. So he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, a eunuch of great authority under Candace the queen of the Ethiopians, who had charge of all her treasury, and had come to Jerusalem to worship. Verse 28, was returning, and sitting in his chariot, he was reading Isaiah the prophet. So this proves that the Ethiopians were already worshiping God even before most of the nations around the world. As additional evidence, he had the scroll of Isaiah which he was reading. This could only mean that there were many more scripts and scrolls possessed by the Ethiopians. Since we have unraveled how the script got to the Ethiopians, why was their compilation of the scrolls called the Ethiopian Bible banned? This Bible was revered by the Ethiopians. They cherished it as a sacred treasure. Yet, as the winds of change swept across the African continent, the Ethiopian Church found itself facing new challenges and pressures from external forces. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, European powers began to assert their dominance over Africa, seeking to exploit its resources and expand their empires. As part of this imperial project, missionaries from Europe arrived on Ethiopian shores, armed with the zeal to spread their version of Christianity and supplant indigenous traditions with foreign doctrines. Amidst this backdrop of colonialism, tensions simmered between the Ethiopian Church and the encroaching forces of foreign influence. While some missionaries sought to convert the Ethiopian people to their brand of Christianity, others viewed the unique traditions and scriptures of the Ethiopian Church with suspicion and disdain. One of the key flashpoints in this conflict arose with the signing of the Treaty of Wuchal in 1886 between Emperor Johannes IV of Ethiopia and Italy. This agreement, while ostensibly a diplomatic maneuver to secure Ethiopian sovereignty, opened the door to Italian influence and intervention in Ethiopian affairs. Under Italian pressure, efforts were made to bring the Ethiopian Church into conformity with Roman Catholic doctrine and practice. This included attempts to suppress certain books of the Ethiopian Bible that were deemed incompatible with Catholic teachings. Chief among these was the Book of Enoch, with its apocryphal nature and divergent theological insights raising eyebrows among European missionaries. In 1928, the Italian government officially banned the Book of Enoch and other non-canonical texts, citing concerns over their theological validity and doctrinal orthodoxy. This act of censorship sent shockwaves through the Ethiopian Church and sparked outrage among the faithful, who saw it as a direct assault on their religious heritage and autonomy. Despite facing the banishment of their sacred scriptures, the Ethiopian people exhibited remarkable resilience and determination. Through meetings and secret gatherings, they preserved and transmitted the forbidden texts, ensuring the continuity of their faith and cultural identity. The pivotal moment in their struggle for religious freedom and autonomy occurred in 1955, with Emperor Haile Selassie's decision to officially revoke the ban on the Book of Enoch and reinstate it within the Ethiopian canon. Reinstating the Book of Enoch was more than just a symbolic gesture. It represented a profound affirmation of Ethiopia's cultural identity and religious autonomy. Emperor Haile Selassie's decision to lift the ban on this sacred text signaled a reassertion of Ethiopia's unique heritage and its commitment to preserving its ancient traditions. The Book of Enoch holds deep significance within Ethiopian Christianity, as it is considered an important part of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church's religious canon. By restoring its rightful place within the Ethiopian canon, Haile Selassie acknowledged the importance of this text to the faith and spirituality of the Ethiopian people. Furthermore, this act demonstrated the resilience and determination of the Ethiopian people to uphold their beliefs and customs despite external pressures and attempts at suppression. It served as a powerful statement of cultural pride and independence, reaffirming Ethiopia's ability to assert its identity on its terms. Moreover, the reinstatement of the Book of Enoch contributed to fostering a sense of unity and cohesion among Ethiopians, as it reinforced shared religious and cultural values. It helped strengthen the bonds that tie the Ethiopian people together, transcending divisions and fostering a sense of national solidarity. In essence, Haile Selassie's decision to reinstate the Book of Enoch was a pivotal moment in Ethiopian history, reflecting the enduring spirit of a nation determined to safeguard its heritage and assert its autonomy in the face of adversity. Today, the Ethiopian Bible stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of a people who refuse to surrender their religious heritage or compromise their beliefs. The ban on the Ethiopian Bible, particularly the Book of Enoch, stemmed from various factors including political, religious, and cultural influences. During periods of religious upheaval and doctrinal disputes, certain texts were deemed controversial or divergent from mainstream beliefs, leading to attempts to suppress or exclude them from canonical scriptures. Additionally, external pressures from European colonial powers and missionaries may have contributed to efforts to impose Western interpretations of Christianity and undermine indigenous religious practices. As we reflect on the tumultuous saga of the Ethiopian Bible and its remarkable journey through the corridors of time, we are reminded of the timeless struggle for religious freedom and cultural preservation. If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, please drop a like and subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to be the first to know when we drop a new video. Our next video will blow your mind, so stay tuned. God bless you.